What's up with it?
Hey, not much. What's going on?
Nothing much. Introduce yourself so the people know who you are.
I'm WhoIsTimothy from WhoIsTimothy.com.
Yeah. I guess we'll start with who is Timothy?
Who is Timothy is it kind of depends on who the person is that's asking. So some people know me as a producer, some people know me as an engineer, some people know me as a musician, as an artist, so on and so forth. Some people know me from shooting music videos and photography. So it really depends on who's asking.
Yeah, I know you do producing. I know you do the video. I just seen the last video I just shared. That was like actually my first video for the video of the week thing I'm starting now.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, that was pretty
Smoke
dope,
and Mirrors
man.
people, yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's what's up. Shout out Smoke and Mirrors.
Yeah, I'll be linking up with them next week, next Monday actually.
Yeah, they got some new stuff coming out.
Yeah. So, exactly how did you get into the music realm?
So I started getting involved in music when I was in middle school. When I realized I probably wasn't going to make the NBA, I directed more of my attention from basketball to music. So I'd say probably like around middle school age.
Mm-hmm. What middle school did you go to?
I didn't actually go to music school.
You said middle school or music
Middle
school?
school, yeah.
Middle school?
Middle school.
Yeah, that's why I said, what middle school did you go to?
I was homeschooled until college.
Okay.
And then I went to Ivy Tech in Indiana.
Gotcha. Are you originally from St. Louis?
Now I'm from Indiana, like Michael Jackson.
Like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
That's what I guess the music inspiration, the musical geniuses.
Yeah, man. Michael Jackson's a big inspiration of mine for sure.
Yeah. When did you come to St. Louis?
Like a decade ago.
Okay, you've been here ever since?
Mm-hmm.
Did you jump right into the music scene or did you just kind of...
So I moved here for a music director job. So that was kind of, it was a church music director job, but I still jumped into the local scene as well after getting here.
Okay. How do you feel about the local scene collectively?
The local scene it's growing, it's getting better. There's always been a lot of talent in St. Louis, and the industry is aware of that. But a lot of times the people that are talented fly out to California or Atlanta or New York, and that's usually the end of it. So I'm starting to see more people come back and support the local scene, which is good.
Yeah. I know recently you just released Experiment 21.
Yep.
Yeah.
Experiment, actually I got it right here too. Experiment 21. It has 21 local St. Louis artists featured on this project. It's all self-produced by me, so all the beats you hear on here and the mixing is all me. And then there's different features, like I said, up to 21 artists, all local.
What are some of the artists, just offhand, I know like you said 21 is a lot of names to try to remember, but just offhand, what are some of the artists you worked with here in St. Louis?
Well, on this project, there's Logan Cole, G the Singer, Lace London, Mookie Tolliver, Frost Money, Zeus, Rebel Waters.
Shout out to Zeus.
You're right. A lot of people, like I said, that I've seen on your channel recently are on this project as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as like local collaborations of a bigger level, Lil Kel is the main local person I've worked with.
Okay, yeah. Lil Kelly definitely doing his thing.
Right. Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, he definitely taking off. What song did you work with him?
There's a song called Different. It's Eli Magic featuring Lil Kel, and I produced the joint.
Okay, that's dope. That's a big move. Big move for you. Have you worked with any other artists outside of St. Louis?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of a, what type of, I'm trying to figure out the question.
Let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
Have you worked with any artists like, Lil Kel is mainstream, but have you worked with any artists like
mainstream artists?
Yeah.
Yeah, I produced a track that has Snoop on it. That's yet to come out, but when that comes out, that's going to be pretty big for me. And then I also produced some stuff for Kevin Ross. So some people may know who he is. He's somebody that was signed by Neo, I think, back in the day. I first played for him on the news locally on Fox 2 here, and then from there, grew a relationship.
Okay, I think I seen your snippet on Fox 2.
Yeah, I'm on there different times, but that was the first time I was on there, and that was the first time I got a check from a major label like Motown just to pay me to play, guitar on TV.
Oh, that's dope. So you not just a producer with the difference, like the new school producers, they have like the keyboard and things like that.
Sampling and stuff.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm an actual musician, so I can go and play piano and play I can play blues right now. I can go play a salsa tune. I can play a gospel tune. I can play a classical tune. And then same on like guitar, on bass, and on drums.
You also do music, like record an artist yourself, right?
Yeah, I record a lot of, like I was saying, most of the people on your channel, I've seen at least half of them have recorded with me before.
No, I'm saying like you actually make your own song, your
Correct.
own music.
Yeah. So that's what this is too. This is there's one song on here that's actually a single. That's all me, meaning that the vocals and the actual artist on there is me. And it's called Burning Hearts.
Like, exactly when did this love for music come about?
I always enjoyed music from a listener's perspective. I didn't really want to make it for real until I was maybe 15 or 16. And then I started messing with Fruity Loops on an old Dell laptop that I fixed. And then from there, around 2007, it got more serious with the situation with Sony. And I was a minor at the time, so I couldn't sign the papers to actually take an advance as a producer for that deal. And I'm glad, because 2008 happened and the whole deal fell through. So I would have been in debt 30 racks for a project that never would have came out.
Wow.
So it worked out good for me. My parents got me a MacBook back then, since they knew I was serious and they saw other people were serious about what I was doing too. So since then, it's been built from the ground up.
Yeah. Do you still, like to this day, get offers from big brands or big labels?
Yes and no. The game is way different nowadays, and I've never really chased a label deal per se. The deals that I chase nowadays are more like sync licensing, like getting, letting ESPN or a bigger network or movie use a song and then just leasing it to them essentially.
You mean basically like getting royalties and things like that.
Right.
Yeah. That's a big thing, it's a big topic as far as like when it comes to musicians, where they want to stay independent or sign to a label. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, independence, I think even people that are signed, if they're being honest, they'll always say that independence is the route to go. I believe it's the route to go for me too right now, because at this point I can furnish, well, even this project kind of shows that I can furnish everything from the production, from the engineering, to actually the video content and things like that, even marketing. A lot of the stuff you can do in-house. So, and to be honest, most labels won't want to sign you until you have a certain amount of success on your own. So by the time you even do that, you'll probably just want to keep that success to yourself.
Okay. You just hit something on the nose when you said marketing.
Right.
And this kind of ties in with your brand as far as branding. I see, like, with the whole WhoIsTimothy, with the question mark, you got your hat, and then he's on your website, everywhere. How important is branding for not just the artist, but anybody who's trying to build their company?
I mean, a brand is pretty synonymous to a reputation, and your reputation is important too. So whether people know you as your proper name, WhoIsTimothy, or whether they know you as Timothy with question marks, or however they want to remember you, it still leaves an impression, So when you go past the McDonald's, especially as a kid, that makes you happy or excited because there's a product there that you like. And I want the same thing when it comes to people, whether it's buying my own music or whether it's buying a service and coming to the studio. I want them to associate that with a good thing, to where when they see the question marks again, they're like, oh, that's good, that's a good dude, that's good business over there.
Yeah. And with your Experiment 21, you had a show associated with it that popped.
I did, yeah. I had a nice show. We had a little over 200 people come out, which is cool. I'm looking to do some more shows this year. Pops is looking to have us back in October, which is going to be cool. And I want to get that number up to like 500-600 people and just pack the place.
Yes, it'd probably be packed even more. Now I don't know what their capacity is.
It's growing now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, especially with COVID and all the lifts and restrictions starting to lift up now.
Hopefully the restrictions will be completely gone by that point. But yeah.
Are you currently working on another tape, or are you just constantly pushing them right now?
I have enough content when it comes to this project to push it to the end of the year, but I am working on new stuff for myself, like a new EP that I'm going to drop in fall probably.
Just your own?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Would it be just strictly you, or maybe
more than likely it'd just be me. Coming off of a very heavy featured project, I'm going to do one that's just all me again.
Gotcha.
Which is more what people are used to.
With this Experiment 21, was it kind of like DJ Khaled does it?
Exactly like that, except for the fact that I did all the production myself and I didn't. The same way, Khaled puts an all-star cast together when it comes to artist and production, and in my case, I just took all the production onto myself because I wanted to showcase that. And then I also gave some direction and actually wrote half the hooks on this album too. So I wanted to be involved in it a little more heavy than what Khaled is probably. But then again, I don't know his process. I know he doesn't make all the beats necessarily. So that's something I want to push and let people know is that all the production on here is me. And you'll hear a very wide variety of, of genres. You'll hear the first two tracks is pop, like straight pop. And then from there we get some rap stuff, and then we get R&B, and it kind of bounces around a little bit.
When it comes to production, like as far as producing a beat for an artist, do you kind of cater to their sound, or do most artists like pick out of your catalog of instrumentals?
It can be both. I personally prefer when people do customs, when they either come to the studio and we build it from the ground up. The song that featured Lil Kel, that was built from the ground up. Eli Magic and Lil Kel came to the studio that's down the hall here actually. And we started the beat there, and from there came back a year later and finished it.
Wow. So when it comes to shooting music videos, like that's the task in itself. I tried, I just cannot get with it. I can't say I can't get with it. It's just time consuming. I haven't found a method. Like with the interviews, I can boom, 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 knock it out. And
there's systems, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've developed, I'm new to the camera stuff when it comes to doing music videos. Probably been doing it now for like 3 years heavy. The main reason I got into doing media was because I ended up losing $60,000 to $70,000 worth of income once the lockdowns happened. Most of that income was from playing live gigs. So I used to play at Casino Queen and other places every week, and they'd pay the same money every week. So once that went away with the lockdowns, then I was like, I gotta find a new skill. Even though I still had some production deals on the table and I still had people I recorded occasionally, just stuff slowed down. So at that point, I switched to doing music videos, and that really helped me fill in the holes.
What's in store for you this year in 2022?
A lot's in store for me this year. In a lot of ways, the way that the world's worked the last few years, it's positioned me in such a way where I'm a lot more aggressive than what I used to be. That's where I'm still humble about what I do and who I am, but I'm a little bit more outspoken now, because I made even recent posts on social media just trying to find out if there's anybody else like me in St. Louis right now. Meaning that I don't know too many people that can play the plethora of instruments I do at the level I do and be able to produce, record people, engineer, shoot music videos, and pretty much cater to what artists need. Even putting together shows for live shows, like doing live arrangements, running Ableton, hiring bands, having rehearsal space, stuff like that. I just don't know too many one-stop shops for artists. So what's in store for me this year is marketing myself heavier than I ever have before, and also taking advantage of some of these big opportunities that are coming into my inbox now.
Yeah. Can you share some of those big opportunities, or are they still in the raps?
The only one that I don't care about making it public is that Neil reached out to me.
Okay.
So that was a big, that's somebody I look up to, mostly because he was historically behind the scenes as a writer. Like he wrote the song You Should Let Me Love You by Morio. Like he wrote that and produced it. And it wasn't 2 years later that he came out as Neil the artist. So I
never knew he wrote that song.
He wrote a lot of songs.
I know he wrote some songs like Beyonce, a lot of other people, yeah.
Right. So that's kind of why I look up to him. So it's cool that he reached out to me, which I thought was cool. So it's just been an interesting journey from there. So it may have been from seeing one of these, or a clip from this project.
Hey, people never know who's paying attention, man.
For real.
Last question. Are you a father?
Yes.
You know why I said
I know why
that.
you let it. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. You can't buy the studio and caught me on a day when I had on just some random clothes. So yeah, that's why I got the daddy shark. So yeah, I am a daddy shark at this point.
I'm a daddy shark too, man. So I definitely can relate to that.
Yeah.
How's that feeling? Just to so you have
just one
girl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's the love that you, man, especially when they're so little.
Right.
You never know when they get older, you're like, oh man.
Yeah.
When they're so young, the daughters and fathers, like that daughter love is something, man, that can be matched.
Yeah, it's cool. Definitely cool.
Yeah.
My favorite thing I've created so far.
Man.
It's a good collaboration.
I definitely say that's the best. Bars, but
right.
Before we shout out to social media, I guess let the people know where they can, like artists maybe want to contact you. Let them know
For sure.
how they can get in contact with you to maybe get to book a studio session with you.
For sure. You can go to WhoIsTimothy.com and you can find the booking link there. But then you can also email me or text me, or even on Instagram, it's WhoIsTimothy.com, DOTCOM at the end. So it's WhoIsTimothy and then spellout.com. But it'll pop up. You'll see it. And just you can inbox me on there too.
Yeah. Any last words you'd like to share?
No, just check me out. Who is Timothy?